Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's Cavell Anderson. We are back with another Veve and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be talking about a lot. They dropped a lot of gems, a lot of news, a lot of information, and we're going to be going over all of it. As always, before we jump into it, be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and turn on notifications so you all can stay updated. Check the links down below to follow me on social media, as well as to get bonuses when you sign up to different exchanges and things like that if you want to invest in Omi. But let's jump into it. A lot of information. We got a lot to go over, so we just gonna get straight to it. Starting out with this latest update, they talked about Trevor. They started the conversation with Trevor. They talked about how he's the digital production manager. He comes from Riot Games, aka he was working on League of Legends. If you didn't know that, that's who Trevor is. He's their new digital production manager. And then basically his job is just going to be creating content. Like all the content, all the NFTs, working on the interactive NFTs, the drivable things, basically everything that needs to be done. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be working on the things that has to do with gaming as well, since that's obviously interactive, and how the characters and stuff will be interacting with each other once that's a thing. So yeah, he's going to be working on all of that. At the moment, I'm sure he's doing the NFTs. He actually took that off of Dan's plate. So yeah, that's great. After that, they went into having multiple new developers. They got a few back-end developers for the database to handle the issues with all the freezing and things like that. And I think stuff like probably purchasing more than you have the gems to purchase and issues like that. So yeah, they hired a few. He said a few new back-end developers. So as you can see, they are building out their team. One thing that I was interested in is they hired a full-time Unity expert. If you don't know what Unity is, it's a platform for game developing. So it's like a lot of your favorite games has been like created using the freaking what's it called? Unity engine. The Unity engine. That's what I was trying to say. The Unity engine. I haven't programmed in a while. I have actually worked with the Unity engine, but I haven't done anything too extensive. Back when I was programming, I was doing more so text-based games and stuff like that. If you don't know that I was a programmer, I did a lot of programming in the past. So yeah, but yeah, I've worked with Unity, so I know what it's capable of. I don't know if they're going to be using that as a basis for some of the gaming features, or if it's really just like simple stuff they're doing with it. I don't know. Maybe you can do simple stuff, but I'm assuming that the game would probably be made on this if he's hiring a full-time Unity expert. What he says is that they're going to be improving the functionality in the showroom and making some optimizers to some certain things and stuff like that. So this developer is really going to help with the functionality of a lot of different things, a lot of different aspects. So that's cool. Then they talked about accessories and props and stuff like that, and that's when Dan said he's going to start planning on that next week. They're going to start the planning for the accessories and props and stuff in the showrooms, because everything had to get put on hold because of the high traffic. So they were only expecting a certain amount of people. It went from 15,000 people to 250,000 people. So they had to build it out and like just redirect all resources to a few of the core things, so the platform will remain working. So it kind of put them behind on the things that they had planned. Obviously, if you only build an app to manage like 15,000 people and it turns into 250,000, yeah, you're not going to keep the same timeline, because something is going to break with that many people on it. So yeah, then they talked about Ultraman being postponed. And basically, it's the same thing. They talked about how the team was diverted to the market because that's what everybody wanted. They decided that the market was the best thing to get open, since there was still people on the platform who didn't have NFTs and things like that. And yeah, so they thought that the marketplace would be the best thing to focus on, because that's what a lot of people wanted, and it's obviously it's beneficial for people to have something to do on the platform, as opposed to have nothing to do the whole time and just sitting there waiting for the developers. Obviously, people would be upset, impatient, and things like that with nothing to do. So yeah, he spoke on that a little bit. Then they also said the highest sold thing that's been bought in the market so far, which is the Platinum Ghostbuster that was sold for $14,000. So that's huge. That's a really big number, like especially this early on. Before we even have millions and millions of people in here, like that's huge. Anything selling for 14,000 for anything, or even anything close to that. So yo, congratulations whoever made that one happen. And congratulations whoever acquired it for that, seeing the true value in that. So yeah, that just goes to show you whoever bought that believes that the value of that is going to be way more than 14,000 in the future, or they're just a super fan of Ghostbusters. But either way, congrats. Then they talked about Omi to Gem swaps coming this week, conversions, and then basically that's going to be coming out by the end of the week, and they've already said that Omi to Gem and Gem to Omi, I'm pretty sure it's all coming out of the same thing. They're using a third party to do this. From my understanding, they're going to be using a third party to make this happen, and it goes both ways. So you'll be able to convert back and forth both ways. If I'm understanding correctly, I think I heard them say that before somewhere else, or read that somewhere. So yeah, this should be there. This should be coming by the end of the week. And then the let's see, they said. And after that feature, that's going to be basically the final phase when it comes to the app functionality and the basic core functions of the app. That's the final stage of that, which means they have the marketplace open, they have the Omi to Gem, Gem to Omi, they have all these core features done. So that means it's going to be time to, after optimizing everything, making sure everything is still running smoothly, bug fixes and things like that. Then it's time to move on to some of the bigger things, like really diving deep into VR. I don't know how far along they are with like VR, the gaming aspects and stuff like that. I don't know how far along they are, but then probably they'll be able to send more developers to work on certain things that impacts that more so than trying to keep building out the app and stuff. So because it's going to be up, working, and fully functional. So yeah. Then they've also addressed the scammers, which also addressed some of the concerns people have. A lot of people that you'll hear is say, oh, Veve, you all are getting scammed. This isn't real NFTs. They aren't real NFTs. They aren't on the blockchain. They aren't this, they aren't that. Basically, they explained how Veve is still a closed environment. And that actually addresses the real NFT thing. It's a closed environment, which means when you buy NFTs at this current moment, you don't actually own it. Veve still owns it. You don't have the private keys. You don't have the ability to take that NFT and take it off of the platform, because that's just not a feature that's available yet. It's not that it's never going to come, because they have confirmed that it will come. But it's still in a beta. This is why it's still in the beta, because of things like that. You can't take things off of the platform. So as of right now, Veve still has the power. Veve has full control over everything, because technically they are the owners of everything. Even though we bought it, we have it in our accounts and stuff like that, they still have full and total control, which is why people will be getting their NFTs back. If it's been stolen from you, you will be getting your NFT back. And also, if you have bought a stolen NFT, they're going to be taking that from you and refunding you. I know it's nobody's fault. It's the scammer's fault. Like, you didn't know if you were just buying it. But yeah, if it was stolen, then they definitely have to do something about that. And it's not fair that people who bought it and purchased stuff legitly from these scammers is going to have to get their stuff taken away. But it's the only fair way. That belongs to somebody else. So yeah, that's going to be a few unhappy people. Then let's see. Then they said they went into fake bids. If you don't pay for your auctions, if you don't pay for your auctions, then you're going to lose access to the market for a period of time. And then if you do it multiple different times, you're going to the consequences are going to be more and more severe each time you do it, probably to the point where you'll get a lifetime ban. They're also going to be adding some new restrictions thanks to these people running around doing stuff like this. So brand new accounts will no longer have access to the market. You won't be able to do things in the market if you're a brand new account. You have to buy your first NFT first or something like that. So yeah, sadly, it's ruining things for newer people who just want to hop straight into the market and grab themselves something. People that's sitting here abusing things are making them put more restrictions into place, which is the only way that you can really protect people's assets. So it's something that has to be done. They also explained why they can't freeze the funds. Make sure somebody has a certain amount of funds in the account. The reason that they don't want to do that is because there will only be one winner. So they don't want to have multiple people's funds froze, where if they're losing the bid and they know that they're going to lose the bid, they can't just take their money out of the account and use it in real life or go and buy something else, or just, they don't want to freeze people's funds because they know it's only going to be one winner. So if 50 people bid on an item and 49 of them have given up because that one guy has bid so high, that they're not even going to compete no more. They don't want 50 people to be stuck in that one bid without being able to take their money out and do what they got to do with their money. So, I mean, that was a great perspective once he changed it. Well, once he explained it. So, yeah, I definitely liked hearing that. And I understand it. Then they said that they're training a new support team. A new support team is getting trained. I guess they need more people to help with all the tickets. Like, obviously, they need more people because, like I said, they were planning for 15,000 people, and it ended up being 250,000. So at this point, you had somebody like your support team was only supposed to be managing 5,000 people. Now you have to manage 250,000 people. So maybe even 100,000 tickets coming in. So yeah, like it's not big enough to manage all of that. So they're training more people. Within the next 2 weeks, David and Dan, they're going to this huge licensing event, and at this event, this is where they'll be being able to explain what Veve is and how they can benefit new licensors and stuff like this. And we probably can expect to see some new licenses coming to the platform soon from this one event that they're going to be having very, very soon. They also spoke on the fact that David, Dan, and Khan, they're going to be meeting up. They're going to have some meeting where they do a Q&A and ask a bunch of questions or answer a bunch of questions from the community. So that's going to be really interesting as well. Then in closing, they said many new licensors have been confirmed. Like they can't speak on it right now yet, because obviously the licensors have the full control and full power and stuff like that, so they can't speak on certain things. They can't mention certain things they can't confirm things. Then he also said he spoke on the big announcements. Now, I do want to say he spoke on the big announcements with an S. We have been hearing that there's a huge announcement, and that's what's been keeping the community hyped. Now he has said announcements with an S, meaning that there's more than one announcement. There's multiple big announcements. And a lot of people were thinking that was going to be the case. People have been thinking, like we've speculated that this is going to be something that requires packs, and then a brand that requires packs, and then a packs release along with that. We've been thinking about things like that, or maybe the reveal of something like Marvel and something else that's super, super big, or like we don't really know. It could be anything, but he is confirming that it's big announcements coming up. The big announcement that they promised, like they're a little behind schedule, obviously because of the stuff going on, but it's coming up. And then he talked about how the announcements are kind of getting pushed back because it's unpredictable when it comes to working with licenses. That licensors, they don't really have the power in this. Like Ecomi, Veve is still like the underdog. They're still the little person. Like they're the little ones in these situations when they're working with these big brands. The brands have all the power over these NFTs and over everything. So yeah, man. But he did end it. Reese ended by saying, "Soon we will have the power." You know what that mean? That mean they go up to some of these brands. They gonna be like, "What?" They gonna be like, "Hey, you trying to license with Veve? We need that. We need what you got to offer." The brand's gonna be like, "We'll license when we say we want to license." They gonna come up, slap them in the face with a Pokemon poster. You say what? You got Pokemon? Please put us on your platform. So basically, that's what they saying. That's how they gonna start swinging on people soon. So I mean, that's me paraphrasing. Basically, like that's what's happening. Basically, they just gonna start being the big dog and proving that they the big dog out here, and they doing what no other company can do. And these brands gonna have to fall into line like that. No, they ain't say it like that. But yeah, y'all know what I mean. So yeah, shout out to Veve, Ecomi. They're making a lot of great moves out here. A lot of big things coming for the community. I'm super excited seeing them working hard. And honestly, I think a lot of this stuff that was addressed, we knew a lot of it. A lot of the reasons, the reasons that things was getting postponed and stuff, I've been hearing all types of stuff like, oh, they're so unprofessional, they're so this, they're so that. Like, it's so many entitled people in this community. I don't know how they deal with it, but hey, I'm happy to see them dealing with it and still making the best decisions, because it's crazy when random people invest in something, and you invest in something because someone built something that you believe in, yet you come in and now you want to change things. You want them, oh, they should be doing this better. They should be doing this. They should be, if you knew what they should be doing, you would have built this shit before they did. You don't know what they should be doing. So let them do what they do, because they're building a thing worth you investing in that made you want to invest. So yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts in the comment section down below. I actually enjoyed this video a lot. If you want to watch the full thing, it's over on the Ecomi channel. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.